Hello everyone and welcome to a interesting type of video. So today basically I have a guest with me and he's one of my members from my Discord, and we're basically going to be talking about Tekken 8, and basically it's going to be our goodbye to season 1. Basically we're going to recap everything that essentially happened in this season and obviously look forward into everything going on in the season 2. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing, and I hope you guys enjoy. See you guys. Alright, gentlemen. I want to talk to you guys about basically your guys' thoughts about Season 1. I know it has been a chaotic year. It's been like 14 months to be exact. About to be 15. And I just want to know, how do you guys feel about the system mechanics like Heat Dash, Heat Burst, obviously Heat Engagers being plus 17 on hit, all of that stuff. I want to know, how do you guys truly feel about all the changes that have been going on throughout Season 1, with just basically about Heat?
I feel that, it was a flashy mechanic, at the start of this release. But I feel like as time went on, people started to see that, Heat kind of makes the game a little bit too aggressive. Like, there's too little defense in the game. So it's like, okay, we're forced to block a lot of stuff. There's a lot of characters who literally become boss characters in Heat. So it's like, okay, yeah, this is not fair, because this characters are better in Heat compared to others.
Right, yeah. Like, a lot more characters get more benefits than others, which is to be expected. What about you, Lemonade?
The whole mechanics kind of mixed. Because, like P-Slice, flashy, but I do kind of feel it does kind of break Tekken a bit.
Yeah. Like
for example, Street Fighter's Drive Rush. I just think it just kind of ruins the pacing of the game.
Like skipping neutral, basically.
Essentially, and just like P-Slice said, it just makes characters better. The Mishimas get instant electric. Jin's just unbearable.
So you're saying basically, due to the system mechanics, obviously, it's not just like... Obviously, there'll be certain characters better than others with these mechanics, but due to how Heat is, it just makes everyone completely busted, despite certain characters being not as good as others, like Jin, and then there's like Asuka, as an example.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same too. It's like, I mean, yeah, certain characters are more rewarded because of the system mechanics, as much as cater to the ones that don't. But aside from that, I mean, anyone can still win. That's just kind of the nature. And this is not just a Tekken issue. This is also a SF6 issue due to the drive system. And I know this is not obviously our own comparison. This is not a comparison for SF6 and Tekken 8, but it's essentially the same thing in terms of the system mechanics, where any character can possibly win. Doesn't matter if it's top 3, doesn't matter if it's bottom 3, anyone can win. That's just the nature of it, and that's just because of the system mechanics. It's not a character problem, it's a system-wide issue, which is where Heat is heavily fucking flawed, which is why so many people dislike it. I also want to talk about not just about Heat. There's obviously more glaring issues that are happening, well, let's be honest, guys. Think back in 3 weeks when the game barely came out. When, I don't think it was Harada directly saying this, but it was just Bandai Namco, where the Tekken shop was announced. I want to ask you, gentlemen, what was your first thoughts of hearing about that? Because before you guys answer, we had SF6 and MK1 doing this right from the fucking get-go. So I want to know what you guys have to say about the Tekken shop.
Well, to me, I just kind of find it funny how people was praising the game for not having no type of shop, and then a few weeks later, they just drop it or announce it, and everybody was like, huh? What? Why?
Yeah, right.
Because it was like, it was no point, because, you know, people didn't want a Tekken shop. Now, when people first started the Tekken shop, people was like, oh, it's probably going to be currency that's going to be used in the game. But no, it's going to be its own currency that you have to buy.
Yeah, it's a separate currency.
And people was like, exactly, and then people was like, what? And then that's kind of where the downfall of the game started to be apparent. Or at least that's where the issues of the game started to be apparent. It's like, okay, so now Tekken Shop is the issue. Then you had the cheaters were starting to become more of a problem, and then you had what you call it? You have more issues popping up, and that's where people are like, yeah, this game isn't as good as it's supposed to be. Like that's like the Tekken Shop really started it all.
I agree. Yeah, that's where Namco was like banning modders too, because I'll get to Lemonade in a second, but I do want to point this out. Because of the Tekken Shop being, you know, a fucking thing, I remember before it came out, June's Tag 2 outfit, which by the way is an amazing outfit, by the way, I'm just going to point that out. It was already modded for this game, right? Like before the shop was even here. And the reason why I point this out is because Namco saw that and basically removed that mod, and next thing you know, it was in the shop, ready for $5. I just want to point that out because that was a glaring issue. Because modding is like one of the great things about not just fighting games, it's also a video game thing. It's where people can be expressive, like make Kazuya into Goku, or fucking Jin turns into Ryu or some shit, like an actual mod. But, what was it? Lemonade, what do you have to say about this?
I just think selling legacy costumes are like certain prices stupid. Because I would rather them I'd rather prefer them like sell them as like DLC. That's just me personally, and also the prices of them are just stupid at times.
Yeah.
But basically, a costume's essentially a DLC character. Over here in the UK anyway.
Oh no, yeah. It's like, what, like, cause I'm US obviously, DLC like for one character, depends on the game of course, but it's essentially $8. How much is it in the UK? Like for one single character?
For a single character, Leah for example, since I don't actually, it's £6.50.
And translate that to, so it's $6.50, right? Like 650 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay. So for you guys that don't really, who may not live in the UK or US or however the case may be, 650 pounds or euros, however you want to implement it, it is $8.41 to USD. I don't know how that may be in Canada or in Japan or other locations, but that's essentially what to convert it with. It's almost $10, which is quite a lot if you ask me. Now, gentlemen, I want to talk also more about, well, it's okay. I know I don't want to get off the subject too quickly, but I also just want to add this real quick. With this Tekken shop being implemented, I know obviously people may have their own opinions, and so do I, but to just wrap this up real quick about this subject, I know it's not really the most glaring issue. You can buy things whether you want to or not, but I think the real targeting issue with this is the fact that they waited 3 weeks after the reviews to put a shop in the fucking game. It's not like Street Fighter or MK where it was like the shops were there right off the fucking bat. I just want to lay that out real quick.
Yeah, it kind of comes off as deceitful because you knew that the game was going to get a lot of flack for the shop, so waiting a while after people was praising your game to put a shop in, it kind of just stabs people in the back. It's like, okay,
yeah, most definitely.
Was considered better than MK1 at the time was because it had no shop and the gameplay was actually pretty flashy. But now looking back at it, we kind of didn't, like, you know, we didn't think about it too much.
Yeah, because everyone was praising the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something to think about, man. That's where I'm just like, because it's like you said earlier. That's pretty much where the downfall of this game kind of started to, essentially, obviously fall. And then there's way more to it than just that. I remember. Do you guys remember when Devil Jin was supposed to get nerfed, or well, got nerfed, but it was because of floor breaks? You guys remember how he did like so much damage off floor breaks, and now everything you do, like wall bounds, wall blasts, floor breaks, all that shit, obviously has reduced scaling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because after that, essentially everything. That was when Eddie dropped, if I remember correctly, and that's when they added a battle pass, too. They had so many issues off that. Like Azucena got nerfed. I think I'm not too sure if it happened by the Eddie patch or some other patch, but I remember her while running +2 was like +5 on block, and her heat smash like fucking tracked like a damn like aim assist essentially. And then you got what else you got? And then you got Kazoo. I don't remember exactly what it was, but certain moves would like wall break for some reason without having like certain wall properties. It was a weird time, guys. It was weird. And then you got Lydia coming out, which I'm not gonna lie, Lydia was, I feel like I've had this conversation before, but I feel Eddie and Lydia should have been base roster. It doesn't make no sense, especially when one's a legacy character and then the other character was the last fucking DLC for Tekken 7.
Yeah, the first season Battle Pass was kind of mediocre. Besides Hayachi, who really cared about the other characters, to be honest. Eddie came out, people never played him again after that. Lydia was kind of mediocre. Hayachi, obviously people were going to play him. And then Clive, no one asked for him.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, Clive, dude, that was. I know Lemonade, when he heard me see Clive, I did, because I never played Final Fantasy up until that point. So when he saw my reaction to that shit, it's just, oh.
You were flabbergasted.
Dude, for real, I was like, who the fuck is this fucking guy? I swear. To anyone that's watching, I never played Final Fantasy until then, and then that's when I literally got Final Fantasy 7 and also 16. Rebirth's a good game, by the way. I'm just gonna point that out. And I am not sponsored by Square Enix. Just gonna say that right now. Yeah, and also before I continue on with Clive, both Heihachi and Clive, I won't lie, those two were essentially the characters that kinda, I wouldn't say, well, maybe Heihachi, but they were the characters that kinda semi-saved Tekken's DLC 1, like Season 1 character pass. But let's not forget, Heihachi didn't come with his own fucking controversies. The Gamanji Temple stage. Do I have to mention why that caused so much issues?
Also don't know.
Because they never explained that the stage was not coming in the past, and then they had to reinstate that the stage was coming to pass way later. Because it was
right there.
It was like a weird, even though you bought the pass, you had to buy the stage separately. It's kind of stupid, to be honest.
Yeah, and then by then, that's when they started giving compensation. Like, they heard and listened and gave 500 Tekken coins and offered the following winter stage, which, spoiler alert, that's Clive's stage. And yeah, that's pretty much our compensation. Now, if you guys have not been keeping up with the news, the Gamanji Temple is now part of another edition of the game. I think it's called the Tekken 8 Advanced Edition, where basically you get everything now for Season 1, which that includes the Gamanji stage, by the way, which that should have happened. That should have happened in the first fucking place, to be honest with you guys. Here we are today.
Yeah, this should have been the first thing to say, knowing that people was not going to like like the fact that it didn't come with the pack that people paid $40 for.
Or if you bought like the Ultimate Edition, shit like that, you know. Now, okay, I just want to ask one last thing before we wrap this up. Overall, with everything that happened with this game, how are you guys looking forward to Season 2 with the full crouch mix-ups?
Honestly, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, it sounds like I mean, it's just gonna be more mix-ups. Let's be honest. It's literally just gonna be more mix-ups.
Just more guessing,
but I
yeah.
want to see it play out. I want to see it play out. Because I just want them to fix the cheating situation, too.
Oh, yeah, thanks for reminding me. You're reminding me about that, yeah, the whole cheating system. If you guys don't know what's going on, essentially, Mike Hollow and Blackheart59 showcased a whole Discord dedicated to hackers and cheaters, literally plaguing ranked with a command list of ducking highs, low parrying lows, I think sidewalk, automatic sidestepping or some shit. It's god awful. And then there's like a universal app called RivaTuner, which basically it's to drop the frame rates of your game, your online game specifically, and forces a disconnect that's not really a disconnect. So it looks like it's rage quitting, but not rage quitting. You essentially, if you're on promo and you use frame rate and you drop the frame rate by 0.1 frames, that doesn't count as a rage quit or anything like that. You still will be on your promo, which is so stupid. It's not supposed to be like that, but because of Tekken 8's online system and how incredibly flawed it is, that is why it is the way it is for using that app called RivaTune. And like I said, it's universal. Anyone can fucking use it, which is dumb. But yeah,
That's why I play without crossplay.
same, bro. Same. That's how I got the Tekken God. But Lemonade, I want to know, how do you feel about Season 2? Like with the full crouch and then obviously Anna coming out.
I'm 50-50 on Season 2 because it releases next week, I believe.
Tomorrow, essentially, actually, at the time of recording.
Yeah. And I'm not interested in Anna at all. She looks way different. Tekken 7 counterpart. Also, she uses an RPG now. I'm just wondering who the two returning characters are, who this new character is, because it better not be like an anime fighter like Jin.
Oh, I can imagine.
I just hope, if it's Armor King, they don't ruin him.
Yeah, it could be Armor King or Kuni.
To ruin Armor King or like dumb him.
Or dumb him down.
Yeah, and he better get his wave dash back. They gave it to
imagine. King. Yeah, I was gonna say they gave it to King a few patches ago.
His dark Papa better be in the game.
I mean, look, I can see Armor King because of the purple, and then maybe Kunimitsu. I can also see Lei Wulong be there. Who knows? Maybe Falcon
I hope Falcon.
And then possibly the DLC character, the remaining last DLC character that we don't know about. That's a whole new character. I mean, I don't know what fighting style I would personally want. There's like so many styles that you can fucking think of, but I'm not gonna like go deep into that. I kind of just want to see what the character is, to be honest. I just want to see who it is. But if you guys have any ideas or what styles, what martial arts styles you guys want, feel free to say something. But
I would like some more ninjutsu type styles.
More ninjutsu.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty badass. Not a bad pick.
Like I would like a Hayabusa, like real Hayabusa.
Is that you being Ninja Gaiden bias?
Maybe a little bit, just a little bit.
No,
he was in Dead or Alive, so he could work.
Okay, that is true. He was in that game. I mean, for all we know, it could be any. Who knows what this Tekken character could be? But hey, I'm all in for having new characters, so that's all good for me. Yeah, guys, I just wanted to have this conversation about our thoughts about Season 1 and then going to Season 2. I will play Anna, and that low that does 64 damage to whoever I land at to, I'm sorry in advance. I just want to point that out. I just want to point that out real quick. On April 1st, beyond that, I am sorry in advance. And the debuff too. I almost forgot about the debuff.
I just wonder how the debuff's gonna work.
Because it does a lot of chip. And then you have to, like, if you're the person that's receiving the debuff, it gives you the incentive to actually, you know, fight back. You have to actually be aggressive back. Which I can see the philosophy of, you know, how this game is full on aggression, but that's a topic for another day. You guys want anything more to add before we close out this video?
No.
No?
No,
Jin. Hey bro, down 2 is getting nerfed. 214 is now -10 on block, up 2, but he's gotten more tail spins. I mean, well, okay, I know we said this was the last thing we were gonna say, but I'm just gonna add one more thing. I'm not a fan of certain characters receiving extra stance transitions, like Azucena while running 3-2 into Liberator stance, into the counter hit launching low, and then June with the forward 1+2 into Miyagi stance. And this is coming from someone who used to play that character, and not even me is a fan of that shit. I'm just gonna point that out right now. You guys want anything to say?
No, I don't have anything else in my mind.
Okay. You sure? What about you, Lemonade?
I just hope the cheating issue gets talked about or resolved, because it is annoying.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Like, even though I play play off, I know some people play on PC and they just say, yeah, it's basically unplayable now.
I mean, Tekken's been having a cheating problem for 7, so, or not even since 7, just even before that. I think like 6 and Tag 2. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I hope for the best for season 2. I hope you guys do too. And gentlemen, thank you for talking with me about our thoughts of season 1 and then going to season 2. I hope everyone that watches this video has, you know, some thoughts about what you guys think of how season 1 turned out to be, and hopefully what we can have for season 2. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and get ready for full crouch mix-ups, because I am not ready for that shit. I'm not ready for that. I'm just gonna let you guys know right now.
Yeah, I'm not ready, but let's hope that it's not as bad as it sounds.
It's like I said to Lemonade before, let's go gambling.
Go gambling!
Let's go fucking gambling, homies. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace, y'all. Have a good one.